Hello everyone, the Lone Biker here for another episode of Cycle.Coffee.Cake. Now, cycling is synonymous with coffee, so why don't you join me as we cycle for the coffee, stay for the cake, and see if it was worth the ride. So you'll notice today, first of all, before we head out for the coffee, I'm wearing my Prostate Cancer UK jersey because I'm raising funds along with my club, Loudon Road Club, for Prostate Cancer UK. As a group of us are cycling in Chris Hoy's Tour de Force in September. Obviously this is something that's affected his life and affects lots of other people's lives. Now, sadly, a member of Loudon Road Club lost their life to this very recently, so it's something that's touched us very deeply and we would love it if you could support us. So I'm going to put a link in the bio to the fundraising at GoFundMe for our efforts, and maybe you can just add a couple of pounds. Any donation would be gratefully appreciated. Thank you very much. So, where are we off to today? Well, we're off to a cafe with a bit of a difference because it's actually part of a dairy farm. We're heading towards Strava today, just in the outskirts, to Nether Lethame Farm for a coffee and a cake. Now, Nether Lethame Farm, if you've been on the Dervelo Sportive, you may recognise and you may actually have sat in, but it is actually on some of the blue cycle routes between East Kilbride and Straven. And it is a fantastic cafe. So let's head towards Straven and let's get our coffee drinking underway. So here we are at Nether Lethame Farm. This is the outside seating area and it is quite large, so you can put your bike anywhere here and it'll be safe and seen. Now also, if we go a walk over here, you'll find that there is lots of bike parking as well, so it is very cycle friendly. And even if you choose to sit in the inside barn area, full view of your bike and full view of the dairy cows that provide the milk here for the coffee and the apparently really good ice cream that they serve. Right, I'm going to go to the loo first because yes, it does have loos even though it's outside in a farm, and then I'm going to get my coffee. So I have opted for, as always, a wee flat white, and today I've went for a fruit scone or a scone. The debate continues, and I've got the cows for company and my bike is within sight. I wanted to tell you a wee bit about how bike friendly this is. It's not just bike friendly, it's Dervelo friendly if you've been on my Sportive before. Because 2 years ago when we had Dervelo, it coincided with a cataclysmic rainstorm and most of our participants gathered in this area to shelter from it, so it gave us shelter from the storm. And this year when we ran Dervelo, they agreed to put up our signs advertising the event in the run up to the event, and they hosted my food stop, which was very kind of them, and a lot of the cyclists returned the favour of us having a food stop, stopping and having a coffee and a cake. So this is a well frequented cafe for coffee and cake, so cheers. Right, I'm going to have my coffee and my scone. and I'll check in with you in a bit. So the wee coffee van over in the corner is only open on a Saturday and a Sunday, but if you come here during the week, they've got an automated coffee machine in here and an ice cream machine, so you can get everything you need even if you come here on a weekday. Right, I'm going to head back home now. I took what would be the reverse of the Dervella route, but you can check out the route on my Strava link, which I'll put in the description below. Now I'm on my way back to Darvel from Straven in Nether Lethame, and today's coffee and cake or scone was £5.10, which in the value side of things is really quite good. Now, as you can see, I've got my gilet on because the rain has started. I'm on the high road, which I call, just because it's on the north side of the A71, and it's one of my favourite wee sections of road. So I'll enjoy this and crack on and get home before I get a soaking. So here I am back at home base in the bike barn, and Nether Lethame Farm is probably my #1 coffee stop because it's one of those ones that's halfway in my 20-mile cycles, and you'll know I'm a big fan of a 20-mile cycle. So summer, winter, if I'm grabbing 20 miles, Nether Lethame's the place to go to. And they deserve your custom just for being such a supportive friend of the cycling community around about here. Now, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and there's a few things I'd like you to remember. First of all, if you could donate to Prostate Cancer UK, then that would be fantastic, and the link will be down below. But of course, as always, just before you go, could you do 3 things? Could you like, subscribe, and get out and ride?